Joe Conklin Shure is on a mission to make money meaningful. And I love him because he is unapologetically skipping marketing to retirees, pre-retirees, even Gen X, and he is skipping straight to millennials. And his voice is frankly the freshest I've run across in my real Finfluencers interviews. Wait. Before we dive into the conversation with today's guest, welcome to The Real Finfluencers, a podcast born from our original video series spotlighting financial professionals who are using video to grow their business and their influence. Here's something you should know. Most of these guests aren't Idea Decanter clients. They've built their digital presence from the ground up, and they're here to share exactly how they did it. I'm your host, Laura Garfield, co-founder of Idea Decanter, and my goal is simple: help you discover strategies you can actually use, steal what works, get inspired, and find your own unique brand of Finfluence. Now let's get into it. Joe, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you, Laura. I'm happy to be here.
So I asked you one of your secrets to video marketing success, and you said to speak not to an audience, but to a person. How do you do it?
I was reading a book by Dick Cavett, who was a talk show personality and journalist for a long time. He talked about a radio show host from way back when, early 1900s. I think his name was Arthur Godfrey. And Arthur Godfrey, when he was a kid, was in a car accident. He was in the hospital for months recuperating, and the only company he had for a lot of the time was the radio. And as he was lying in bed, staring at the ceiling, listening to the radio, he kept thinking, who is ladies and gentlemen? Who is all of you in radio land? Who even is that? And he resolved, in his broadcasting career as it emerged, to talk to an individual person, to talk to you, not to all of you or hey, everyone. And I think we can all relate to that. I think that whenever we see a video that begins with, hey, folks, hey, everyone. Oh, they're not talking to me. They're talking to an auditorium of people. Okay, got it. But if you start a video by saying, hey, have you ever wondered about this? Oh, he's talking to me. Okay, I'm gonna pay attention a little more. I find that to be a really powerful tool in video producing.
Video is a one-on-one communication tool. You are so right, Joe. Before we get to sharing some of your content, I want to get straight to results. When you think about the efforts that you have put in the last year or so to video marketing and look at the end result for your practice, tell me a little bit about the impact.
Yeah, sure. If you visit my social platforms, Joe Talks Money, you will see that I haven't got a lot of followers. You will see I haven't got a ton of engagement. You might wonder, are you indeed successful in video marketing? Should I even listen to what you're saying? The answer is yes. I'll tell you why. Because I'm being interviewed about it right now by Laura. So therefore, I must be an authority. Now, I think a lot of folks will find, a lot of you will find when you begin video marketing that you don't necessarily get a lot of traction right away in terms of followers or views. But video marketing has been really helpful to me in a few key ways. It's helpful in bringing people I already know into the fold. Don't assume that just because somebody knows you or is friends with you or worked with you 2 jobs ago, that they're thinking about you when they want a financial planner or when a friend does. One result I've been really pleased with in video marketing is that of putting out videos and having folks that I know because they're friends of mine or former colleagues reach out and say, oh yeah, I have been wondering about that. Oh yeah, that is on my mind. Oh, that resonated with me. Let's talk about working together or becoming a client. That's been surprisingly effective. A number of folks I've known for a long time became clients right around the time last summer when I began putting videos out. The message there to me is, don't assume people are thinking about you.
I was just going to say, I think you are underplaying your success because when you look at your reels, granted, your early reels, may have garnered just a handful of views, but you definitely have content here that people are watching. And think about like investing, 30 minutes into creating a piece of content that 884 people watch. That seems to be worth it. And when it comes to actual business results, you don't need 884 people to watch your content. You just need a qualified prospect to watch it and have it resonate, right?
That's very true. Thank you for that, Laura. I appreciate it. But you're right. It is easy to get caught up in that top line number of how many followers you have. I get caught up in that a lot, you know. But you're right. It's always helpful to think about what the goal really is here. If you're a financial planner like me, the goal is probably have a steady stream of qualified prospects, get clients to begin working with you, and have wonderful relationships with them and help them. That's the goal. And if you're a solo practitioner like me or at a small firm, having 1,000 people email you a month would be kind of a problem, honestly. So yeah, I take your point, right? Having 1 million followers might not only be not required, it might be unhelpful in a certain way. And so that's true when you're looking for a handful of leads in a given week or a handful of clients in a given month, whatever it is. Even if the engagement is relatively small compared to capital I influencers, it still could be quite effective for your business.
So I watched some of your content. I didn't get through all of it, but some of the videos here at the top of your Instagram with You Got Me Apple, about how you have to plug in to recharge, and lifestyle creep as you make more money, you spend more money, seems to be really speaking to your audience. What kind of feedback do you get about your messaging?
The feedback is really gratifying. Even despite the follower count, whatever it is nice when I see a friend for a drink to say, hey, I like your videos. They're pretty cool. Or I go to a financial planning association event. Oh, I love your videos. Keep those up. That's great. That counts for something. That means you're in their minds. That means you're raising awareness. And that could be very helpful in so many ways.
Any tips you can give specifically to financial advisors when it comes to creating the content that you've found to work?
If you're just starting out or considering using video to market your financial advisory practice, here are a couple things I recommend. Number one, have a very clear sense of who it is you want to reach, your persona, your niche, your target audience member. Have a really clear sense of that because it's easy to get caught up in talking to a general audience and resonating with no one. But if you know your target audience member in this video is a woman in her early 40s who works in X industry and has X attitudes toward finances and reads these media outlets, you can make a pretty solid, really targeted video that's going to resonate because it speaks to the person you're looking to reach.
Great tip.
Thank you. As you're getting started, you might find it helpful to write a script for yourself. I know it sounds weird, and there's always a fear that reading off a script sounds stilted or manufactured. Keep in mind, think of your favorite movie, everyone in it's reading from a script or having memorized it. If you lack a script, it's very easy to get into uhs and ums, which I'm very much guilty of. It's very easy to talk too fast. It's easy to have the recording process take a long time because you're trying to do two difficult things at once. Number one, delivering a message. Number two, writing a message. They're both hard. Go easy on yourself by writing the message and then delivering it.
Yeah, I have to plan everything I say before I start recording because really it's the same as standing on stage and delivering to an audience.
Yes.
You would never do that without putting in the pre-work, figuring out what's the most important message I need to deliver, how can I entertain the audience. All of those things are important in video too, and I think anybody who is going to walk around and think, oh, I'm just going to hit record on my phone, you're actually doing your audience a disservice and you're not going to build a following that way. You need to think about the messaging, think about what the audience wants, and think about keeping them entertained.
We tend to look at social media and see who has a lot of followers, a lot of engagement, and we might think to ourselves, oh, it's people who are just turning their phone on in their car and just talking. Oh, it's people who are just in their bed, just like casually kind of talking to the camera about what they ate that day or some observation. And there is a lot of that. But keep in mind, those folks already have a following. Keep in mind, they've been doing this for a long time. So you and I might very well get to the point where we can just turn the phone on and start talking and come out with a really great piece of content that's quite engaging. I'm not there yet. I'm not sure if you are either, if you're watching. Yeah. But, that's something that probably comes with time if it comes at all. And, beyond that, the hook is very important. Why am I watching? What am I trying to learn from this video? Why am I going to keep watching once it's begun? And again, we do see a lot of content out there that seems to be just, I was eating lunch with a friend today and I thought about this and oh my God, they got 1 million views. Wow, that must be the way to success. But again, people already know them. They want to hear from those people. Again, you might get to that point. I might get to that point. Who knows where I can talk about what I had for breakfast and people are into it. That's not the case right now. So it is quite important to understand not only who do I want to reach with this video, but what's going to keep them watching? What's going to make them subscribe? What's going to make them want to actually reach out to me? And that's a lot to ask of a single video, but I think that it's a helpful set of questions to have in mind when thinking about what the content really is and what its goal is.
I'm going to pull up your LinkedIn because I know that when it comes to statistics, you have the most followers on LinkedIn. I have all of your short videos pulled up here. But tell me a little bit about your one-on-one DM video strategy on LinkedIn.
When I'm on LinkedIn, here's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for situations where somebody I know from college, from 2 jobs ago, whatever it is, has had some change in their professional life. They're announcing a new role or a new company or a promotion or a new business or something along those lines. What I'll often do is this. I'll read up on what they're up to. I'll record a 1-minute video, 1 minute or less. And here's what the video says. Hey, Dave, my name is Joe. You and I know each other from blah, 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 from way back when. I saw you're at this new role. I just want to say congratulations. I think it's so cool what you're doing. In the year since we spoke, I've been building up a financial planning practice for mid-career millennials, building working lives that honor their values. And you seem like such a fit, given X and given Y and given Z. I'm curious to know if you'd like to get on the phone at some point soon. It'd be cool to catch up for one thing. Then beyond that, I'm quite curious to learn what's on your mind, what kind of questions you're mulling over, and I can share how I can help. I will not ask on this call for a decision on working together. That would come later. Instead, I want to catch up, hear what's in your mind, and see how things are going. So if you're interested, let me know. We'll get it set up. In any case, congrats again. Take care.
Short and sweet, to the point, not aggressive, not super salesy. It's an offer. And what kind of results have you noticed?
Yeah, the rough numbers that I've seen suggest that about 1/4 of those videos lead to a sales call, about 1/8 lead to a client engagement, which is pretty solid considering the videos don't take that long to make. And you can be very targeted in who you reach out to. These are people you know. So I've had a good response rate on that front of getting calls scheduled and even getting clients. But here's the interesting thing. Whenever I put a video out in a DM, I'm nervous. I'm scared. You know why? Because I'm worried that somebody will say, like, who is Joe? What is he doing now? Is he reaching out, just like going out and finding business on LinkedIn? Like, oh my God. I'm always so nervous whether they'll be offended by it. They'll say, like, how dare he reach out to me? How dare he assume that whatever. This is what's going on in my mind, maybe yours too. The pleasant surprise is this. And granted, a lot of people just don't respond. Fine. But even among those who don't schedule a sales call or don't express interest in work together, I get a lot of responses like this. Hey, Joe, I'm not in the market right now, but thank you for the video. That was such a great personal touch. I really appreciate you doing that. Best of luck, and I'll keep you in mind. Which is kind of a win in its own right. You kind of spammed somebody or kind of given them a message they didn't ask for. And instead of ignoring it or being upset, they say like, oh, thank you. Thank you for that marketing message you sent me. I appreciate that. There's so much there, isn't there? If you can make a sales pitch, send a marketing message, and people don't just not resent it, but they actually appreciate it, that's something of a compliment in its own right.
That is such a great business development tip that you can do from the comfort of your own office chair.
Yes.
Not like you're having to pick up the phone and cold call. This is
Right.
very strategic. It's using your network, and that's kind of what social networking is all about. Thank you so much for joining us today, Joe, and sharing your real finfluencer insight. Remember, if Joe can do it, you can do it too. And if you're looking to build your authority and grow your practice with video, but you need some help, that's what we do at Idea Decanter. Oh, one more thing. If you're not already part of Idea Decanter's real finfluencer community, now's your chance to join us. Head to ideadecanter.com/join, and you'll be in. You'll get early access to advisor video tips, invites to exclusive events, and behind-the-scenes insights that you won't find on Google or even on ChatGPT. Whether you're just video curious or already knee-deep in content creation, this is the place to grow your influence with video. Don't miss out. And thanks so much for listening to The Real Finfluencers.